just a man, Chris Yule, in a room full of losing ass traders. He can tell that he's not a fool, got that cool, he ain't in the big risks. He's a realist, he don't buy the dip, he's not just buying any stock. He's making outlier moves, he's picking up big tons. First he shows them trend, template 3.0. He shows them trends, the 10, 20, 50 EMA. Then he shows them outlier 9. Then he shows them how to make money from strong sell to strong buy. He shows them how to trade twice a week, live from the outlier trading room. Don't buy the dip, don't get monkey hammered, just like all those other losers. He knows how to make the money, he shows you the 10, 20, 50 EMA. He shows you the trend template 3.0. He shows you the outlier 9. He shows you the risk first. Watch Chris Yule trade live from the outlier trading room. Don't buy the dip, don't get monkey hammered, just like all those other losers. He knows how to make the money, he shows you the 10, 20, 50 EMA. He shows you the trend template 3.0. He shows you the outlier 9. He shows you the risk first. Watch Chris Yule trade live from the outlier trading room.
Good afternoon, Outliers. All right, we got a lot to do today. I am pulling up the idea for the YouTube game today. We're going to talk about how to know your stock is crashing. All right, still trying to work out the hook real quick. Still trying to work out the hook real quick. So, because we're going to be looking at a few different names. We're going to be looking at SoFi, we're going to be looking at HIMS, and we're going to be looking at what's one of the popular stocks everybody talks about? SoFi, HIMS, Tesla. We could look at Tesla. Oh, and if you thought I left Lucy somewhere else, you'd be wrong. Lucy's sitting in my lap right now. Don't worry. Don't worry. Lucy shall make an appearance just shortly. Palantir. Palantir, exactly. That's the other one I need to talk about. Palantir. Oh no! David says Amazon was the last thing it was holding, trying not to F up. Oh no. Oh no, my friend. That is not good. That is not good. Because Palantir got, or I'm sorry, because Amazon got the most monkey hammered of everything today. Oh, monkey hammer. I hadn't got to use that in a while. The answer to your question is your stock crashing? Did I just buy it? The answer is most assuredly yes. Okay. Palantir may not fit what I'm looking for. Because Palantir just did get a buy signal. Now, of course, never take the signals on their own. You need to have the confluence of everything together. NVIDIA. You guys may love Lucy, but Lucy ain't my dog. Okay, NVIDIA is still sitting on a big old buy signal from a while back. What about AMD crashing today like everything else? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about We're going to talk about red light, green light on SoFi. This is going to be very educational today. We're going to be talking about outlier blocks on Amazon. Can we talk about outlier blocks here? Outlier blocks on AMD. Hold tight. That'd be better. AMD. Cool. And then market and sector breadth on Palantir. Got it. Today's going to be ultra educational. Oh, you know what? I need to give away some money. Hold tight. Give away tool. Do me a favor. Don't do it yet because I got to type it in. Put hashtag outlier in the chat. Hashtag outlier in the chat. Only if you want to win money. Also, one thing I want to start doing is talking about, like, you must hate money if you don't want to listen to this kind of stuff. Like trying to make the audience feel like, you know what, maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. And if I don't listen to him, I must hate money. By the way, I got a great YouTube comment the other day. It was somebody saying, because of this guy, I lost so much money on AMD and something else. And I'm like, there is no possible way because of me you lost money on AMD. Because I guess his thought was because it was trending down, and I mentioned that it was trending down at a point in the past, that it must trend down until the end of time, until the rapture comes. So therefore, he didn't buy AMD as it was going up because a random guy on the internet told him that it was trending down. Makes perfect sense. This is the battle that I fight on YouTube, right? And why I tell you guys, I'm in a losing position both ways. Doesn't matter what I do, right? I'm always going to be wrong. But you can be one of the 25% like him that don't know anything about what you're doing and want to just blame anybody else except and not take any personal responsibility. Or you could be like the 50% who listen with one ear and it goes right out the other. Or you could be the 25% that listen, understand what we're doing, and they're going to change your life and have generational wealth. By the way, definitely what's happening today. All right. We will be giving away money today. Monies will be given away today, but only if you put hashtag outlier in the chat. Only if you do that. I know. Johnny says, it's all your fault. I made money thanks to you, but it's still all your fault. Exactly. Kevin says, it's like being married. There is no right answer. Okay, funny story on that, Kevin. I saw this this YouTube short, and it was a guy recording himself at the grocery store. His wife was looking at, I think it was tomatoes or apples, some sort of produce. She'd pick it up, and then she'd pick it up, look at it, put it down, pick it up, look at it, and then put it in her bag, right? And her husband is standing right beside her, you know, phone out to the side, recording this. And what he would do is he would grab the ones in her bag. I don't know how she didn't feel it, but maybe it was resting on something. Grab the ones in her bag and then hand it to her like, hey, what do you think of this one? She would take the one that she already approved. But because it came from his hand, she looked at it and set it aside like it wasn't good enough. Literally the same piece of produce. And I just thought that was hilarious because, yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. All right, everybody is making sure they put hashtag outlier in the chat. Nicholas, you've got to put hashtag outlier in the chat because I want you to win, my friend. I want you to win. All right, everybody's putting it in the chat. Justin has a question about SGov. When you buy and sell before and after the ex-dividend date, are you subject to more or less capital gains taxes? What's the point of that? My dude, I'm always going to be subject to capital gains taxes, so I don't even care. I mentioned on the morning show this morning, the reason I do it is I eliminate market risk. Is there any market risk going on with SGov? No, not really. I mean, it might be a couple of pennies here or there, but at some point in time, it will reset either up or down, and I can eliminate all market risk, which is the point of SGov. And so that's why I get out and I get right back in. And you're going to have to buy more. Like, for example, if you've earned, let's call it $120 in SGov during the month, it pays the dividend, so it goes down. And then you go out and you take that $120. You still have to go buy a new share of SGov. So it really doesn't help you in any way to wait for the dividend when you can just close it, reopen it. I mean, it might cost you $1 in total fees and commissions, but it is what it is. Do you lose on the bid and ask? Because it's so liquid, no. I mean, if it were, it's going to be less than a penny no matter what. Yeah, capital gains is a good business. That's right. If you are paying taxes, that means you're a badass trader who is making money. right? That is a blessing, right? You know what? We should have a mantra in OVTLYR, something like, you know what? At OVTLYR, we will make sure that you pay a ton of taxes because you'll be making so much money. You finally get to pay taxes on your capital gains. I like that. I like that, right? A new problem, right? Because you're an outlier, now you're going to have a giant tax bill. But the reason that you're going to have a giant tax bill is because you're making all this money. I like that. I like that. Okay. It's Lucy time. Wake up, Lucy girl. All right. She is just like a little teddy bear. Like legitimately doesn't even look real. I mean, she weighs like 4 pounds. Cute as could be. You should see her when she's got a haircut. I mean, she is absolutely the most precious thing you've ever seen. She's probably half the size even when she gets her haircut. So, all right. Now, for those of you who are asking, Lucy's not my dog. We are dog sitting for a week. However, I will use her as a prop to, she is not happy right now. She's like, let me sleep. I will use her as a prop to get as many YouTube views as possible. Learning from my mentor, Felix. You ready to go? You ready to do this? You do it? She's like, no, leave me alone. I was sleeping. You have a nice warm lap to sleep on. All right, Lucy girl. I'll give you just a moment here before I get set. You get to have a lower tax rate on dividends. You have to hold escrow for at least 120 days. This dude ain't holding escrow. And this dude doesn't hold anything for 120 days. No way. Chris and friends. Lucy might want the Batman toy on the shelf. Yeah, it's very squishy. I don't want her to think it's one of these stress ball things. But have you ever seen a stress ball this big? This stress ball is as big as Lucy. She's like, oh yeah, actually that does look good. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's a perfect prop though. That's why I got to write it off as a business expense. It's like, there we go. I don't know if you ever noticed my little James Bond collection of books. I have several James Bond. This is actually a really cool book right here. Collection of James Bond movie posters. I think my parents got this for me, $10, but like it's James Bond movie posters from all over the earth in all kinds of different languages and stuff. That's cool to me. I don't know if y'all are James Bond guys, but I certainly am. We'll put that up later. Let's see. All right. Ready to go? I think we should leave this here. And well, hang on. That might backfire on me because YouTube, hang on. YouTube is picky. And if you curse in the first 30 seconds or so in the video, they will demonetize the video. And Chris needs that sweet, sweet YouTube income, so I won't be doing any of that. All right. Here we go. Who is my favorite Bond? Pierce Brosnan, of course. It has to be Pierce Brosnan. That's the one I grew up on. He had all the best gadgets. He was funny. Pierce Brosnan was awesome. Lucy has decided to sit on my desk. Okay. Lucy, I need you to face the camera. Lucy, look that way. Look this way. Oh, maybe. No. Let's see if I can turn her this way. Maybe if she sees her image in the camera, she'll be into that. Yes, I understand you didn't come here for this, but I'm trying to play the YouTube algorithm. She just doesn't care. She just doesn't care. You kids, it's Sean Connery. Favorite Bond, S-Gov. There you go, Johnny. I love it. All right. Can Lucy fat finger some trays for me? No. We're not gonna let that happen. All right, let's do presenter voice. Let's get into the show. Let's see. We're gonna talk about SoFi, Palantir, and AMD. Okay. So, hang on, Lucy. Chill. At least let me get the hook in, Lucy. Lucy, relax. Oh my gosh. What about this side? You good for over here? All right. Oh my gosh. Palantir, AMD, and SoFi are crashing today. But you know what? I've been in cash for a while, and I'm going to show you the signs that I saw to get out of the way on these and all kinds of other stocks. You can apply this to every stock in the market. So here are 3 ways to tell when a stock is going to crash. And we're going to talk about AMD, we're going to talk about Palantir, and we're going to talk about SoFi. Now, you're probably feeling like Warren Buffett is today, right? This is a direct quote from Warren Buffett himself. I called him. This is what he said. Freak the F out, panic sell. It's over, right? It's over, right? But first, what I want to show you is my key moving averages. Now, take a screenshot of this because you're going to want to keep this for the rest of time. I got this from one of my mentors, Steve Burns. And I'm going to show you what I like to call red light, green light on SoFi. Now, it's using the 10-day EMA. And the great part about this, put this on any chart for free. You don't need anything in particular to do this, just a charting platform. So let's play red light, green light on SoFi. So let's go to the SoFi chart real quick. And SoFi down 6% or so today. I don't know where SoFi is going to go, but it has given me some big red lights. Now, you can see after earnings, it bounced up really hugely, tremendously huge, and it's basically right back to where it was right before earnings. Now, does that say that it's going to crash? No, but I'm going to show you mathematically how to know when things aren't working. So first, there is something particular about that candle right there and this candle right here. Now, this candle was really close. I'll let it fly, but there's a couple things on these 2 candles that get me really concerned. And the last time that happened was all the way down here. And that is a close under the 10-period moving average. I like to call that a red light. If you see a stock close under the 10-period moving average, mathematically speaking, it is trending down. Now, when you see a stock close over the 10-period exponential moving average, like it did right here, that means it is trending up. Now, you'll notice right here, it was trending down and then trending back up. That can happen, right? I'm not saying every time it closes under the 10 EMA, it's going to crash. But mathematically speaking, if it is going down, this is the way you can tell. In fact, if you come over here, it closed under the 10 EMA here, so this would have been a red light. And what happened to SoFi after that red light? It basically went from January until July, June or July, to get back to break even at that point, right? That would have been your red light right there. Now, like I say, every once in a while, you might make a buck or lose a buck, but at least you're out of the way when it's going down, and then you can see when it does start to come back up. Now, if it closes above the 10 EMA, look at how far it can run before it closes under, okay? Use the 10 EMA, use the red light, green light on every stock out there. So that is SoFi. Let's look at PayPal, right? Just picked one at random. PayPal has absolutely been really frustrating if you are trading PayPal because you can see it going up and down and up and down and up and down. But one characteristic always remains the same. If it's trending up, it will close over the 10 EMA. If it's trending down, it will close under the 10 EMA. And the reason that I can say that with absolute confidence is it's math. Absolutely math, undeniable math. Now, why do I say that? If the price is under the average price of the last 10 days, mathematically speaking, it's going down, right? If you're going to the store and you're buying eggs and you see the price of eggs today as $1, and you've been there the last 10 days, and the last 10 days it's been about $1.50, you're like, the price is going down. How about that? And the same is true elsewise, right? If you go to the store and the price of eggs is $2 now, and you've been seeing it $1.50 for the last 10 days, you're like, whoa, the price of eggs is going up. If you are buying an asset, which stocks are assets, you want the price to be going up. You will not get paid if the prices are going down. You will only get paid like this back here in October in SoFi when the prices are going up. And then if you see a close under the 10 EMA, consider that a red light, a warning light. Something is not right. You can see how that works out on SoFi and every stock out there. So am I calling for SoFi to crash? No, but what I'm saying is these red lights matter. If you're not paying attention, you need to be paying attention. Kevin has a great question. Why 10 and not 9? Is there a significant difference? No. The thing that we talk about all the time are timeless principles. If it only works on the 9 EMA, then it doesn't work, right? In the military, they have a saying that is 2 is 1 and 1 is none, right? If it works across a spectrum of stocks, then it works. If it only works in one instance, then it never works. Okay. So for example, the 10 EMA is just a roundabout number, right? Just a roundabout number. Could you say 11 EMA? For sure. Could you say 9? For sure. The principles remain the same. So take a screenshot of this. Keep this forever. Keep this forever. Okay. Next, let me introduce myself. Because I'm a random guy on the internet, my name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. This is Lucy. I'm dog sitting her this week. I was mentored by 5 of the market wizards, the best traders of all time. Lucy is just the most adorably cute dog of all time. Oh, yes, you are. Yeah. I've been successfully trading since 2009, and this is where outliers like us save time, make money, and start winning with less risk together as a team. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's talk about outlier blocks. Outlier blocks are so sick. Another thing that I learned from Steve Burns. Let's go to AMD. AMD right here has been climbing this wall of worry for a long time. Climbing the wall of worry for a long time. And it came down the slope of hope for ages before it started climbing back up. It was at this point right here where AMD changed directions. It was May 7th. Now, for those of you following along, you're right. I was bearish AF on AMD as it was going down. And you're also right that I was bullish AF as AMD was going up. Now, it's reached this area right here that gives me a ton of hesitation, plus coming into earnings. I love to trade up into earnings. This gives me all kinds of anxiety saying maybe it's time to get out. Maybe it's time to get out. The people who owned and bought AMD up here, July of 2024, are just now to break even in August of 2025. So these people have been holding on to the stock for 13 months, ready to get out when they get back to break even, because they haven't been at break even for ages, right? This is overhead resistance. Now, I don't like to draw on my charts, not at all. This is actually plotted on here with a free indicator. Now, you can have your charts look exactly the same as mine using the free TradingView account and a free script that we put together in our Discord. The way to get access to that is go over to OVTLYR.com, join the Discord, and you're good to go. You can have access to it right away, and your charts can look exactly like mine for free. Now, outlier blocks are something that if I see a stock coming up into it, there is no possible way that I will trade it. Not at all. I will never, under any circumstance, buy a stock as it's going up into an order block. And I want to show you what that looks like on SoFi, because the receipts are on YouTube when I said, do not buy SoFi into earnings right here. Do not buy SoFi into earnings right here. Now, why did I say that? Because this outlier block, this order block, was created in 2021. And the very first time that it came up into this area, it got absolutely monkey hammered. I hadn't got to play this in a while. It got absolutely monkey hammered. Lucy's ears perked up on that one. Got absolutely monkey hammered. And because of that, I was telling people, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it. And then it got killed. Is the same thing going to happen in AMD? I don't know. But I certainly would not be risking anything at this point coming up into an order block, an outlier block like that. So I want you to make sure that you add these to your charts right away. That way you'll know where that resistance is, and you won't be buying stocks up into it, and you won't be holding your stocks up into it, and then getting the dreaded, awful, terrible, no good, very bad day monkey hammers. I just wanted to see if Lucy would perk up on that. So I want to shift gears slightly and go to today's member highlight. And because it's Friday, my very favorite thing to do on the live streams is give away money. So let's give away money right now. All right, so every Friday we have what's called the weekly winner circle. And these fine people went into our Discord and shared in the share your big wins section how they have been using Outlier over the last week. Now we have 38 incredible individuals, and we've curated a handful of posts that I wanted to share with you real quick. Like Douglas right here followed Chris's Outlier 8 of 9 for MDB, buying the August 220s at $15 2 days ago. And he sold it yesterday for an 88% gain in 2 days. This was his first big success at Outlier. So congratulations to you, Douglas. And then Georgia, she's always on my mind. Where's her post at? Georgia sold Microsoft for a 99% win, her very first big win since starting trading options with OVTLYR. Outstanding, Georgia. And then lastly is Crawler Carl, who said win in AMD with an 8 out of 9 in OVTLYR. Made 40% on the first trade and 133% on the second. Unbelievable run the last couple of months in AMD. And you can see dude's literal dollars that he's been making, right? So congratulations to you three, but congratulations to everybody this week, right? Now, I've been sitting in cash and not effing up, and we're going to talk more about that in a little bit, but I get to give away some money. So if you are watching live, I need you to go in the chat and type in hashtag outlier, like Corey just did right here. The reason being is because somebody watching live will be a we'll get some money. How's that sound? Crawler Carl, that's the best name he's ever heard right there. Pickles will not work. Hashtag pickles will not work. Good try though. You need to put hashtag outlier. So we're going to give away I do one Amazon gift card for every 20 people. Now we have 38, so that means I'm going to give away 2 here. So I've already gone to the most random website on the internet, random.org, and we're going to put between 1 and 38, and we're going to give away 2 Amazon gift cards right now. So first, the first winner is number 3. First winner is number 3, which is the Red Rocket. Lucy doesn't have a Red Rocket. Red Rocket, that was dirty. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Lucy. Cover your ears on that one, my friend. The Red Rocket is the first winner, and the second winner is number 35, and that is Gnarls Man 99. So congratulations to you two. Though April will send you those on Monday. And then for those watching live, let's give away some money here live. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? It will be Dennis. Okay, because Dennis is a very not super unique username. Dennis, do me a favor. I need you to comment right now in the chat to make sure this is you. I need you to comment Lucy. Dennis, type the word Lucy in the chat. Or wait, is that you, Dennis? I see you right there. Congratulations to you, Dennis. Outstanding. Hey, Ryan says, Chris, I'm watching. Congratulations to Dennis. Dennis, the way that you can claim your prize, there he is. Dennis is right there. The way that you can claim your prize, Dennis, is shoot us an email over at support@outlier.com, and we will send you that $10 Amazon gift card. So congratulations to Dennis, congratulations to the Red Rocket, and congratulations to Gnarls Man 99. All 3 of you are winners, but you know what? Everybody's a winner whenever you watch Outlier. All right. So please continue to tell me your success stories in the chat. And if I've helped you out in any way, the best way that you can pay me back is by telling everybody that you know about Outlier. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you, the easiest way to know if your stock is going to crash is look at market and sector breadth. Market and sector breadth. Now, what is market and sector breadth? So this is something I learned from one of my mentors, Mark Minervini. Specifically, Mark taught me this. When you're looking at market breadth, you want to find more and more buying opportunities, right? More and more buy signals. Whatever that signal happens to be for you, you want to find more and more and more of them. When you find less and less and less, guess what? The market is not presenting you a lot of opportunities, which means you probably shouldn't be getting deep into the market. All right. So we have this built into Outlier. It makes super simple sense, and it is absolutely a leading indicator. It makes life so much easier to see which direction are things going ahead of time. Now, call me a fake guru all you want, but go back to every video I put out in the last week, and I said, I think we're due for a short-term pullback. Every single video in the last week, Chris said that. Chris based that specifically on market breadth. We had a bearish crossover on market breadth, meaning less and less buy signals, more and more sell signals. In fact, we were down to only 30% of the market having buy signals here, meaning 70% of the market has sell signals. Not only that, every sector, every single sector, not one, not two, all 11 sectors have bearish crossovers. Not only that, but every single sector looks almost identical to the market as a whole, getting less and less stocks with uptrends, more and more stocks with downtrends. You're stacking data after data after data to tell you the market is not setting up in an easy way to go long. Chris knew the truth. Again, all the signs were there. All the signs were there. And like I said, every single video in the last week, I called exactly for this. Am I saying that I'm the greatest trader of all time? Obviously not, because I didn't buy puts on it. But that's not how I trade. Right? I trade with the trend in the market, and I can see when the trend is starting to turn, and so can you by using sector and market breadth. Now let's go look at Palantir, right? Palantir is down how much today? Like everything, Palantir is getting absolutely monkey hammered today. I won't use it for a third time. I don't want to overplay my thing there. But Palantir is down 2.5%, leading into earnings. This is not the place where you want to be, right? And keep in mind, we just got the red light right here as it's going to close under the 10 EMA. That's a red light. Look at how often you got a red light all the way up, right? You didn't. You got a red light here. Now, you know what I'm talking about, what a red light is, don't you? We already talked about this. You got a red light here. Things didn't go very well for a while. You got a green light here. And things went great for a while, right? Move it. Now, it did pop up into this outlier block here. And I like to say that the further back the outlier blocks are, the stronger they are. And you can see Palantir pushed right through this one. That's what you want to see. That actually is an awesome thing to have. And another one that it pushed through right here. But the market and sector breadth, when we go to Palantir, let's go over to Palantir. Oh, I don't have Palantir. I have NVIDIA. Let's go PLTR. The market and sector breadth on Palantir would have let you know ahead of time. Now is not the time to be buying it. Look at down here. This is the average fear and greed score for everybody in the sector, getting more and more fearful. This is the number of stocks with buy signals going worse and worse and worse, more and more sell signals. This is the number of uptrends versus downtrends in the tech sector, getting worse and worse, right? More and more sell signals. And even though Palantir is sitting on a buy signal right now, you can't look at it in a vacuum. You need to look at it across all the data points here. And even though it has this, it does not have bullish breadth. It does not have the market working for it. And so in that regard, Chris, even if Chris was holding the stock, I would have already gotten out because of these things, right? And you can do the same too. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. If you're going out of the market, what do? My mentor, Mark Minervini, one of the greatest traders of all time, would tell you to wait in cash for proper setups. How long? As long as it takes. Just the other day, we watched this super long video here on YouTube, and you can go watch it yourself, where Mark talked about how he won the US Investing Championship, and he was only invested 50% of the time. What was he doing the other 50% of the time? He was sitting in cash and not effing up his portfolio. I am such an advocate for sitting in cash and not effing up, right? The market will reward you when it is time to go in. But in the meantime, don't F up your returns. Don't F up your portfolio. Don't act like Warren Buffett, right? And FOMO out of the market when you don't have to. And don't FOMO into anything else when you don't have to either, right? Wait in cash for proper setups. Also, Mark says, when you evolve to the point of always being patient and only taking quality trades, that means you've decided you're in it not for the action, which so many people, I feel like they come into the market with the idea that the market is a casino. They want to make money on the roulette wheel today. They want to make money on the slot machine today. Give me money, right? So many people are greedy in the market, and it got pretty outrageous for a minute. And that was another reason why I wasn't super surprised, right? When you get to the point of being patient and only taking quality trades that fit your setups, that means you've decided you're not in it for the action, but to make money. You have sit out power. You never force trades because you're a pro, right? Remember, while you're doing nothing, sitting in cash, less experienced, lesser disciplined, and less skilled investors will lay the groundwork for your success. They'll build the bases, they'll make the trends, and all you have to do is buy the trends as they've already developed, right? Don't put your cash at risk in the market. Let those other idiots do it, right? Let the people who hate money try and gamble into the market, FOMO into the market, and you can sit there and wait for them to lose all their money. Finally, the trend starts to develop and you can get in and make yourself to profitability as fast as possible. Mark also says, those who ask me where the market will be in a year or what level the S&P 500 will bottom totally misunderstand what it takes to be great, right? I'm not in the business of responding. I'm not in the business of prediction. The telling the future is impossible and unnecessary. Trading is a now business. And that's why you look at all the data that you have in front of you to understand what is happening in the market. Not that you're trying to predict, but you are reacting to this data point is telling me this thing. This is what I need to do. And then last thing from Mark here, pros focus on managing risk, implementing processes, and maintaining the discipline needed to consistently execute their plan, knowing that if they get it right, the money will take care of itself. So if you're sitting in cash and not effing up, what are you supposed to do with your money? Chris, I'm not making any money, right? If I'm a trader, I must therefore have all my monies in the market, right? I just saw a comment the other day. I totally called this person out on the floor because they said, I can't just sit in cash anymore. I have to buy something. I have to buy something. That something probably isn't up today because they had to buy something, right? Looking at the S&P 500 is down 1.6% today. Looking at the NASDAQ, it is down over 2% today. Looking at basically everything on my board over here, it is red with the exception of Coca-Cola. Everything on my board over here with the exception of Coca-Cola is red because I just had to buy something. Sit in cash and don't F up is not a joke. You have the opportunity to not F up your portfolio. The problem is that most people can't take that opportunity because they feel as though they must do something. So if you want to do something, SGov. I only learned about this a couple months ago. May was the first month of my entire trading career that I actually used SGov. Now, for those of you who don't know, SGov is by far the best way that I have found if your broker doesn't pay you any interest to get interest on your money. And it's really cool, right? Let's talk about SGov for a moment. SGov is the iShares 0 to 3 month Treasury bond ETF, right? This is the ultra short Treasury bonds. Why SGov? Exposure to the US Treasury bonds with remaining maturities of less than or equal to 3 months. Okay, we're just trying to capture yield here, right? Every day I wake up and I have no money at risk in the market, I still make money in my account thanks to SGov, right? There was a couple other things over here. It pays a monthly dividend, which I'll show you in a minute. You don't even have to wait for that. You don't even have to wait for a monthly dividend. And the average yield to maturity as of July 31st is 4.35%. 4.35%, and it pays a monthly dividend? Actually, it gets even better. It pays pretty much a daily dividend. Now, let's talk about this, right? SGov pays a daily dividend in the form of the asset price rising on a daily basis. At the end of the month, what they do is they pay the distribution of the dividend, which causes the price of SGov to go down by the amount of the dividend. Pretty cool, right? So you don't actually lose money as it goes up and down like this because it's just paying a dividend into your account. When you log in that next day, you're going to have, X number of dollars more, which is equivalent to 4.35 divided by 12 times your balance. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So on a daily basis, it goes up, which is why I say pretty much you could equivalent that. Equivalent? That's a great word, isn't it, Lucy? That's a really good word. You can equivalent that to a daily interest being put into your account. Where in the wide world of sports can you find daily interest being put into your account? SGov. So if you feel like sitting in cash is not for you, use SGov and don't F up your account in the meantime. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is OVTLYR and how does it work? Well, old Uncle Warren, when he doesn't say freak the F out, is saying be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. OVTLYR shows you how investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much, allowing you to get into the stock before the OVTLYR move happens. Now, if you are tired of losing money, if you are done with, hang on, what am I trying to say? If you are not one of the people who hates money, and you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, I can show you how to do that in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, head on over to OVTLYR.com, grab the annual pass for just 82 cents a day. If you're on the monthly plan, click this one red button to save 64% off the regular monthly price. Step 2, start using the OVTLYR 9 framework. I show you how to do that every single day, twice a day, and you should have no excuse on knowing if your stock is set up from the OVTLYR 9. And step 3 is sit back and relax because you just found the easiest way to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. Now, I have so many videos on YouTube. I have over 2,000 videos for you to choose from, and YouTube and their incredible algorithms is going to pop up 2 of those right now. I want you to click one of them, but only click on one of them if you don't hate money. So click over here or click over there. That's what Lucy would have you do. And have a fantastic weekend. We'll talk soon.
There's money to be made as long as you are smart. Know where you get it and where you get out. Read charts and follow your own plan. Don't listen to jokers, don't fall for scams. Cash for setup and read market charts. Going to cash is a trade, it's not just you or out. Check in with your key at the very start. No expectations on the trade, just execute. Going to cash is a trade, it's not just you or out. Check in with your key at the very start. No expectations on the trade, just execute.